Hello friends, welcome to Programming Knowledge. My name is Brijan, and in our last video we saw that how we can add data in Firestore using the React Native app. So in our last video we inserted these three data. The first one is drinks, bread and milk. Now that we have inserted this data in our Firestore, now we will need to retrieve it in our app, so that we can show that in a flat list over here. So first of all, go to your console and click on go to docs. Here you can click on build and click on Firestore. Here go to get started. So we implemented this in our last video to add the data. Now to read the data we need to implement this. So first of all we need get docs function. So we will just copy this, and in our index.js import it from Firestore. We also need to export it. Let me save this. Here we will import this from Firebase/index. Okay, so now let's just copy this function and create a new function over here. Let's name it get shopping list. And paste it over here. Since it's an await, we need to make this asynchronous. Let me save this. So what this function do is it using the get docs function from Firestore, and it access the collection that we have created over here. The name is shopping, so we will just change it to shopping. And on this variable we are applying the for each iterative method, so that each doc that we parse we need to get the ID and the data. So let's just remove this. We need ID and data. So now that we have created this function, we need to call this function on useEffect hook, because we want to retrieve the data once user open the app. And for that you need to also import useEffect from React. Here let's call the get shopping list function, and we will pass nothing in dependency array because we want to call this only once. So let me just save this, and if I go to console you can see, let me just clear this, again save this. As you can see, we are getting our data. The first one is the ID of the document, which you can see over here. Then we have is check property false and title is strings. Then we have bread and milk and etc. So now that we are getting our data, let's create a state so that we can store this data. Let's name it shopping list. By default it will be an empty array. We don't want this. Okay. So now we want to set this to set shopping list. We need to create an object because we also need an ID. So first of all we store ID. Let's store first of all. We use spread operator. and we need to create a new field called id which will hold our doc.id. Let me just save this. Okay, so now let's first of all remove this. Here we create our flat list. Okay. So you need to import flat list from React Native. So when we have larger amount of data in our array, let's say if you have 10 or 20 items, then it doesn't mean anything to use a flat list or a scroll view. You can use either of them. But if you have hundreds of thousands of items in your array, then it is nice to use the flat list because it doesn't render all the element at once. It will only render the elements which are currently visible to the user. So when user scrolls down, the more elements will appear. So it takes argument. First is data, in this case is our shopping list. Okay, now we need to render the item. So we want to display this shopping item component. This shopping item component we need to modify because we get the props here, and the only props that we are interested right now is the title because we haven't implemented the check functionality yet. In our next video we will try to update our shopping list item from the app so that we can check or uncheck the item. So we will implement that in that part of the video. Here let's say props dot title. Let me save this one. Back to app.js. Here let's pass title because we received title in shopping item. Title will be our item dot title. So each object in our Firestore, this is considered as object, and we are passing this title. Okay. Now each item in our array need to be distinguished from each other, so we need to pass a key extractor. In this case it will be id. Now we want to do conditional rendering because if our list is empty, then we do not want our app to crash. So we provide conditional rendering shopping list dot length. So if it's greater than 0, it means we have some amount of data, then we render this, and if we do not have any data, we will render an activity indicator. Let me just save this. As you can see, we are getting the data successfully: drinks, bread, and over here if we go to our Firestore, we have drinks, bread, and milk. So right now if I add, let's say, Coke, and I press enter, and if I go to the browser, as you can see, new data is added Coke, but we are not seeing that data over here because for that we need to refresh this again and we are seeing this data. So there are a couple of methods that you can do. You can create a on snapshot method that always listen to the data changes. So whenever data change, it will automatically re-render the list. But for the sake of simplicity, let's use the shopping list after adding the data. So whenever we add new data, we will again call the get shopping list to retrieve it. So let's say egg, and if I enter, as you can see, egg is added over here. So that's it for this video. In our next video, we will implement the check uncheck functionality, and we also implement this number of list in our item. So thanks for watching it.